Sup you beautiful people. Hope you've had a fantastic day. Welcome back to another new episode of What If Naruto Had the Omnitrix. If you guys enjoy this what if, comment down below and let me know. And go ahead and check out other what ifs in the channel after watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and also share this video with your friends. So now let's start this video. The next day at the same time and place, Azmuth was teaching Naruto some tips on how to use his starting 10 aliens, to the best of his and their advantages. Because Naruto was noted there wasn't a squad meeting today, he was able to get a lot more training done in using the aliens. After finishing the last of the 10 aliens, Naruto looked to Azmuth as the Galvan pulled out a small cube. Azmuth, what's that? This, Naruto, will allow me to help further your hand-to-hand combat training or taijutsu if you will. Azmuth began as he activated it, and suddenly the small alien was piloting a galvanic mechamorph-like armor. Whoa, what is that? Naruto gasped in shock. This was my father's mechamorph armor he left to me. Azmuth explained from inside the armor. Your dad, that's correct. This armor functions like a regular mechamorph, but can also be used for up-close combat. Cool. Naruto admitted. Yes. Anyway, I will further your taijutsu training while using this. Alright then. Let's get started. Naruto said eagerly. I thought you'd never ask. Azmuth answered smugly, as he started blasting at Naruto, who was jumping around. Hey, this is supposed to be taijutsu training. He protested. Yes, for you, Azmuth answered. You must avoid my long-ranger attacks, and combat me from up close, without using the Omnitrix. Azmuth, you can be very evil. Naruto growled. First time I've been called that. And so Naruto was forced to combat Azmuth's mechamorph armor while avoiding the blasts. When he got up close he was using whatever beginner's taijutsu Kakashi had been teaching him and his team. He managed to land some blows, but the armor was too strong by his mere taijutsu. Eventually Naruto had worn himself out from so much fighting, as Azmuth powered down his armor. Not a bad first run, but could still use some improving. I won't deny it. Naruto panted. Well, we'll stop for today, Naruto. Thanks. He laid back to rest. After getting enough rest, Naruto was walking with Azmuth poking out of Naruto's pants pocket. The boy was wondering what to do now, until he heard the cry of some kids. Huh. He followed the trail, before coming around a corner and saw Konohamaru Tsurutobi, the grandson of the Sandaime, and with him were two of the kids his age. Konohamaru was currently being lifted off the ground by a boy in a black outfit, and wore face paint, and carried something on his back all wrapped up. Next to him was a girl with 4 pigtails and carried a huge fan on her back. Konohamaru Naruto thought and worried before going to put a stop to it. Hey. The group looked seeing Naruto approach, as Konohamaru called, Aniki. What the hell do you think you're doing? Naruto demanded out of the older boy. This kid ran into me, so I'm teaching him some manners. The boy in black answered. If you know what's good for you, you let him go right now. Naruto warned him. And if I don't? The older boy challenged Naruto. Then I'll be the one teaching you some manners. A challenge is it? The boy asked with a smirk. The girl spoke up. Kokoro, for crying out loud, knock it off before he shows up. Don't worry, Tamari, we got all the time. The boy named Kankuro answered. I'm warning you. Naruto said firmly, as he was feeling tempted to use the Omnitrix, until another voice called out. Enough of this. The group looked up seeing a red-haired boy who had dark rings around his eyes, and had a gourd on his back was standing on a tree branch. Guard. The two gasped. Kankuro, put the child down. The boy named Gaara ordered the other. Gaara, the kid ran into. Put him down and shut up. Unless you want me to kill you. He threatened him. Kankuro trembled, while Naruto thought, his tone, he's serious. Azmuth looked up from the pocket, and thought to himself, this boy definitely has a bad look in his eyes, and not just the insomnia. Kankuro released Konohamaru who went back over to Naruto and the other two kids. Gaara jumped from the tree and landed before the other two before facing Naruto. I apologize for the grief my brother has brought upon you. He is ashamed to our village. He looked back at Kankuro who looked ashamed. Never mind that, Naruto answered, while noticing their headbands. You're all from Suna. Aren't you three a long ways from your village? We're here for the Chunin exams. The girl Tamari said, as she showed him her passport. I see. And what are your names? Naruto requested. I'm Tamari, this is Kankuro, and this is, Gaara cut her off. Sabaku no Gaara, and you are? Naruto Uzumaki. Gaara nodded, I hope to see you again, Naruto Uzumaki. Thanks. He answered unsurely, as the three walked off. As Gaara walked away, he thought, I can feel it in me. He and I are one and the same. Except I am stronger. Naruto thought to himself as well, no joke about it. I can feel something inside him just like me. He snapped out of it when he felt a tug on his pants. He looked seeing Konohamaru, who spoke, Aniki, that was great the way you stared him in the eyes. Thanks, but I didn't do much. Naruto admitted. Still, you came and were willing to fight for me. You cool. Oh, Konohamaru. Naruto chuckled. Is this the guy you spoke of, Konohamaru? The boy asked. That's right. Aniki, these are my pals Yuden and Mogi. Hi. Yuden greeted him. Nice to meet you. The girl Mogi greeted. Nice to meet you guys. Glad to see Konohamaru has his own posse. I love your clothes by the way, Aniki. Konohamaru marveled. Thanks. Well, it's been fun seeing you all, but I really should get going. Maybe I'll see you all around. That'd be great. Konohamaru said. Catch you all later. Naruto said, as he walked on. As Naruto got out of reach of the kids, Azmuth crawled out of the pocket and up to Naruto's shoulder. I knew you were planning on using the Omnitrix to fight that boy. Hey, I didn't, remember? Naruto reminded him. You're lucky that Gaara boy stopped that squabble before you did use it, Azmuth said. I don't want you using the Omnitrix on others for petty reasons, even if he was planning to hit that boy. So when can I use it for real? Naruto asked impatiently. When you fully mastered all the abilities of your 10 aliens, and when I say you can. Azmuth answered firmly, while Naruto decided to let it go. He did so just in time to bump right into another boy with dark skin, short white hair, and was carrying a sword on his back. Azmuth, who fell off Naruto's shoulder, quickly hit behind the boy's leg. Oh, I really gotta stop doing this. Naruto groaned. Oh, man, sorry about bumping you, the boy began. I didn't hurt you, did I? No, I'm fine. Naruto answered. You won't tell anyone I did that, will you? He asked. If you do, then who knows what kind of trouble I'll get into for bumping a resident of this village, and what shame I'll bring to my own. This guy totally paranoid. Naruto thought. Amoy, you are so clumsy. A voice scolded him. Naruto saw it came from a girl also with dark skin and red hair, who also carried a sword on her back. Sorry, Carrie. The boy Amoy apologized. Enough with your apologies, the girl known as Carrie said, before looking at Naruto. And you? Me? Naruto asked. Yeah, do you bump into others for the hell of it, or are you just plain rude? Hey, I am not. What's going on here? Another voice called, as they three saw another girl approach. Naruto saw she had blonde hair that was short, but her most noticeable feature was her bust. Naruto thought, wow, that size is bigger than my sexy jutsu appearance. The new girl spoke to Carrie. Carrie, were you causing trouble again? Carrie spoke. No, Samui, I was just, he bumped Amoy. She pointed at Naruto accusingly. But it was my fault. Amoy added. Don't cover for this stranger. Carrie chided him, while Samui shook her head with a sigh. Naruto thought, these two are like an old married couple. He saw the blonde-haired girl approach him, until she stood before him. I'm sorry my two teammates annoyed you with their antics. She apologized stoically. It's no problem. He answered, while trying very hard not to look downward at her. My name is Samui, and these are my teammates Carrie and Amoy. We come from the village Kumo, as you can see. She motioned to their Kumo headbands. Yes I can, Naruto answered. Are you here for the Chunin exams too? We are, she answered. Now then, could you tell us your name? Naruto Uzumaki. He answered, and noticed Samui hold out her hand to him. A pleasure to meet you, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto looked at her hand, and didn't want to appear rude to guests from outside the village and shook it. Pleasure's all mine. He answered. They released their grip, as Samui turned to her team. Come on, B-sensei's waiting for us. Her two teammates nodded, as they followed her, before Samui turned around, and spoke. It was nice meeting you. Likewise. He answered, wondering if she meant that in her stoic tone. When they were gone, Azmuth climbed back up onto Naruto's shoulder. Well, there's another one for your list of run-ins. I know. 2 teams from 2 different villages here for the Chunin exams. Naruto said. I've read your village and Suno are supposed to be allies, but Konoha and Kumo have some past issues mostly involving bloodlines. Azmuth explained. That is something we've learned in history class at the academy, Naruto admitted. Well, better head back. He said as he hurried back to his apartment. At his apartment, Naruto was looking up at his ceiling deep in thought, while Azmuth was busy looking at some stuff from inside his pod. Hey Azmuth. Yes? He looked over. I'm not sure if you noticed, but Gaara seemed to have some air around him that got me tensed up. Naruto explained. I could also feel strange around him myself. As if the very threat he was giving to that Kankuro boy seemed directed at everyone around him. Azmuth replied. I know. I think he and I have something in common. Oh, and what do you think that is? Azmuth challenged him. Like he's got something inside him just like I do, Naruto explained, before noticing Azmuth shifting his eyes away from his direction. He does, doesn't he? If you think so. Azmuth answered. Azmuth, don't play mind games with me. Naruto called him out. Is playing? The Galvan asked, as Naruto only groaned before plopping back down on his bed. Later that night, Kakashi, Asuma, and Kurenai were taking their leave from the administration building. I can't believe we were actually able to get our Genin into the Chunin exams. Kurenai said in surprise. Well, it's like Kakashi told Iruka. He managed to make Chunin when he was 6 years younger than our rookies were, and we made Chunin at their current ages as well. Asuma reminded her. Yes, but Iruka's worry and Guy's warning does have me thinking if we made the right choice. Kurenai said in doubt. We all recommended them because we believed they were more than ready. Kurenai, Kakashi reminded her. You just need to keep telling yourself that, right? Kurenai replied, with her faith renewed. So, how has your team been, Kakashi? Asuma asked curiously. Well, same old, same old. Is that all? Kurenai asked, while raising a brow. Well, Naruto has started changing his wardrobe. The two other Jonin were confused at his answer, wondering if that was seriously all he had to say, but remembered he's always been vague. The next morning, after completing his morning rituals, Naruto was on his way to an early squad meeting. Upon arriving, he as usual awaited with both his teammates for 2 whole hours, until Kakashi arrived. Yo? Kakashi greeted him. You better have a real reason why you're late this time, sensei. Naruto crossed his arms. Yeah, would we have to meet extra early? Sakura groaned, while rubbing some sleep out of her eyes. Well, I called you all here early, because I wanted to give you these. The Jonin held out 3 forms for them. After receiving them, Sasuke gasped. Wait a minute, these are Chunin exam admission forms. Sakura gasped. That's right, Kakashi confirmed. You are to fill these out and bring them to the Ninja Academy 2 days from now. This is amazing. Naruto said in excitement. Yes. Well, think wisely on this, you guys. Kakashi instructed and took off. Naruto looked to his team, the Chunin exams. How about that, guys? It's supposed to gather some of the best shinobi in the nations. Sakura added. The perfect chance to hone our skills and meet other ninja with distinct abilities. Sasuke put in. Well, I'm gonna join for sure, Naruto said. I'll catch you all later. He took his leave, and one by one the others did as well. He arrived back home, and saw Azmuth tinkering with his pod. Hey Azmuth. Azmuth nearly bumped his head, before groaning. He looked over at the boy. What is it, Naruto? Me and my team have just been nominated for the Chunin exams. He cheered. The Chunin exams, huh? Azmuth asked. Very interesting. In the event, it's the chance for Genin Shinobi to move up in ranks, and gain new experience as well. I know. I can't wait to put my skills to the test against whoever is there. Naruto rubbed his hands with excitement. Don't get ahead of yourself, Naruto, Azmuth warned him. I've done studies on this exam, and it's no walk in the park. I can believe that. Then you must also believe that the nations send only their best shinobi to compete. Then it's a good thing I have the Omnitrix, right? I have yet to give you permission to use the Omnitrix, Azmuth reminded him, and Naruto pouted. However, there will be a time you will eventually be forced to use it in combat. So I will allow you usage in the Chunin exams when the time is right. And how will I know when the time is right? Naruto asked impatiently. I will tell you, Naruto. You can trust me. Naruto only sighed in impatience, until Azmuth continued. However, I do have some other aliens I can unlock for you, that could also be helpful. Really? Naruto brightened up. Azmuth nodded. Well, the 10 you have are indeed powerful. There will be obstacles there that only other aliens in the Omnitrix can deal with better than others can. Like what? The blonde wondered. That's what I plan to teach you. Azmuth answered. Let's go to the training field. Naruto nodded, as he put Azmuth in his pocket and headed off. When they arrived at the training ground, Naruto picked Azmuth out of his pocket and placed him on a boulder. Okay, so now what? The boy asked. Show me the Omnitrix, Naruto, the Galvan instructed, as Naruto held out the watch. Azmuth activated it and started turning the dial in certain codes before he finished. There. I've just unlocked 6 new aliens. 6, huh? Well, which ones do I have access to now? Allow me to show you with the first one. Azmuth turned the dial to 1, and Naruto activated it. Where Naruto stood now stood a white bulky alien with stubby arms and legs, yellow shell-like plating on its back, wrists, legs, and shoulders. The Omnitrix symbol was embedded on the chest. Whoa, what's this one? Naruto asked. You are an Arburian Palarotas, a race that once hailed from the peaceful planet Arburia. Azmuth explained. Once hailed, yes. Sadly, it was conquered and destroyed. However, over the years more Arburians came out of hiding and repopulated on another planet. So what can this alien do? Naruto asked, while taking a wobbly step. Ben's alien hero Konohamaru has the ability to curl into a ball and roll at high speeds, ricochet, and bounce much like a cannonball. And the shell is highly durable, able to withstand just about any attack. But they do have difficulty when slowing down as they're on a roll, and can get trapped in sticky surfaces. I see. Since we're pressed for time before the Chunin exams begin, you will also take this time to learn how to use their abilities. Azmuth added. I understand. Konohamaru said, as he began learning how to use the alien's abilities. Soon enough Konohamaru was rolling all over the terrain, leaving a trail. Eventually the Omnitrix timed out, and Konohamaru was Naruto again. Whoa, that was some somersault. Naruto said dizzily. You'll get the hang of it. Azmuth answered. How did Ben acquire some of these extra aliens after discovering the first 10? The ninja inquired. Ben was able to unlock some of them through mere fiddling, others he was able to scan the DNA of. This thing can copy the DNA of other aliens. Naruto gasped. Yes. Sweet. Naruto cheered. When the Omnitrix was ready, Naruto selected the next new alien, and suddenly became a plant-like alien with 4 legs, 4-fingered claws, Venus flytrap-shaped flaps covering their heads, and a single green eye. The Omnitrix symbol was present on a white and green belt wrapped around the waist. Am I a plant? He asked. A florana to be precise, Azmuth answered, though Ben referred to them as Wilvines. These plant aliens are capable of growing, regenerating, and retracting. They can also control other plant life around them, and merge with the ground surface itself. Among other offensive abilities they have include the ability to use their fingers as vines to restrain anything they deem a threat, and the seeds they grow on their backs contain various substances they can throw at their opponents. Okay, let's see what it can do. Wild Vine said, as he took a seed from his back and threw it at a stump. When the seed exploded, the stump started rotting. Neat. Now let's try another. He extended his fingers and was able to grab hold of a branch, and was able to lift himself up to the tree. This is cool. No way anything like this exists on this planet. Elsewhere, a guy with a body part black and part white who also had a Venus flytrap flaps on his shoulders sneezed. Indeed. A voice came from the dark side. Thank you. The white side answered. Back with Azmuth and Wild Vine, the transformed ninja was getting used to the plant abilities that came with the alien, until the Omnitrix timed out. When it was recharged, Naruto used it again to become the next alien. The alien had the appearance of a werewolf with grey fur, a long flowing mane, a large bushy tail, and 4 sharp claws on each hand and foot. He wore a green suit, collar, and green wristbands. The Omnitrix was located on the collar above his fur. Hey, I'm another dog alien. He spoke. You're a Loban, Azmuth answered. Much like a Vulpamancer, all your senses, reflexes are increased, but you can also emit a powerful ultrasonic howl from your muzzle. Naruto did so as his quadra-hinged mouth opened and unleashed said howl formed at a tree, causing it to topple. Awesome. What did Ben name this one? Actually, he didn't name this one until he was 16. Many had called him Benwolf, before he decided to name him Blitzwolfer. Blitzwolfer it is. I mean, I'd have to be an idiot to name this form Naruto Wolf. He laughed. Quite so. Azmuth agreed, as Naruto continued to practice using Blitzwolfer's abilities. When the Omnitrix timed out, Azmuth spoke up. I should tell you the Loban alien was the first DNA Ben scanned with the Omnitrix. Really? Yes. A Loban and 2 other aliens were under the order of Scare to help his master in blocking out the sun, so that the planet would be in the dark forever. Azmuth explained. Whoa. Naruto gasped. But as always, Ben, Gwen, and Max were able to stop them. Azmuth assured him. Naruto nodded, and soon the Omnitrix was activated again. He transformed into a mummy-like alien, with a black pharaoh headdress, with 2 glowing green gaps on both sides, and a gold rimming at the bottom. His upper chest and shoulders were covered by a large collar wrap-like garment with green and black stripes, black and gold pads on each shoulder, with each one having a green eye on them, black and green braces and greaves with gold rimmings, and the Omnitrix was on a green and white belt around his waist. What's this thing? Naruto asked, as he looked at himself. You are Thepkufin, an alien species that resemble what the people of Earth refer to as mummies. Azmuth began. Snarrow, like the rest of his species, can reshape his body at will, allowing you to split yourself apart to dodge attacks and reform to counterattack using your own wrappings to bind enemies. But due to the bandages making up your body being paper-like, they have limits to how much tension is forced on it until they break. So I just have to make sure if I use this one in combat my enemies aren't super strong. Snarrow said, and began practicing with the alien using his extendable wrapping limbs to swing around the trees and wrapping stuff up. After the Omnitrix timed out, Naruto waited until it was ready again. The next alien he transformed into was a big hulking alien with black hair, stitches and seams in the torso, 2 green conductor coils sticking out of his back, green gauntlets, greenish black pants, copper boots, a green belt with white stripes and bolts in them, and the Omnitrix symbol was embedded in the flesh of his right pectoral, with several deep scars protruding from where it resides. Whoa, this alien is sure ugly. Naruto admitted. Hideous, yes, but very powerful. Azmuth explained. Explain. Transilians are very strong and can control electrical energy and shooting them. In this form Ben was called Frankenstrick. Azmuth explained. Well, let's take this guy for a test. Frankenstrick was charging up energy and started blasting posts. Wow. Talk about power. Naruto continued practicing as Frankenstrick until the Omnitrix timed out. After the recharge, Azmuth spoke. This will be the last unlocked alien for you to use. Okay, then. Naruto said, as he slammed onto the Omnitrix and transformed into a humanoid frog-like species that had a swampy green body, a tan belly and muzzle, black digits and black-green spots on his tail, limbs, hips and back, sharp and pupilless eyes, and sharp canine teeth outside the bottom of his mouth forming an underbite. The Omnitrix was visible on his torso. What's this thing? He asked. You're in Gurmand, a muck type to be precise. Ben refers to them as upchucks. Azmuth began. These creatures can eat just about anything inorganic from rock, metal, trees. They can then spit out what they devoured into a sphere of exploding acid, or slime. In this form you could eat more ram than you are already capable of. He humored him. No kidding, Naruto upchuck asked in joy. Well, I better get to work on using this guy. He started consuming stuff all around from rocks, stumps, etc. before spitting them out into acid blasts. When his training was done, Azmuth spoke. You learned to use your new aliens quite well for one day. And we'll continue to practice more with each of them tomorrow. Thanks, Azmuth. Naruto smiled. Well, this Chunin exams will be just what I need for some experience, and put my alien boys to the test. He pumped his Omnitrix strapped fist up with enthusiasm, as Azmuth watched him well filled with hope. It was the morning of the beginning of the Chunin exams. Naruto got up, got ready, and slipped into his clothes. He called out, Azmuth, I'm heading out. When he heard no response he called again, Azmuth. Wonder where he went. Well, I'm sure he's okay. Don't want to be late, Naruto said, as he took off while unaware of Azmuth hitching a right in his pants pocket. Naruto arrived at the old ninja academy where he found his team waiting. Hey, guys. You all ready? You here? Sakura confirmed. Always. Sasuke added. Then let's go, Naruto said, as the three walked in. They walked the hall before noticing a crowd of shinobi trying to get into a room blocked by two of the shinobi. If you can't even get past us, why even bother wanting to take the Chunin exams? One of the blockers mocked, as the crowd argued. Naruto and Sasuke approached, as the blonde began, Listen, everyone, you're all wasting your breath with these guys. The others looked at him in confusion, as Sasuke continued. This isn't the room we're supposed to be in. It's all an illusion. Sasuke put in, while motioning to Sakura who caught on what he wanted her to do. Yeah. See? She dispelled the genjutsu on the room's number to see it wasn't the right room like they said. Well, sorry you two, but we'll all be going now, Naruto told the two ninja blocking their way. As they walked, they were stopped by another team. One of the boys had a soup bowl haircut and wore a green leotard. The second boy had the same eyes as Hinata, and the girl of the team had her hairstyle done up in panda ear buns. That was impressive the way you saw through the illusion. The Hyuga boy began. Well, thanks, but it was nothing, Naruto admitted. Besides, someone had to call it out. Sasuke added. Come on you guys, let's go, Sakura said, as the three walked past the team, as Naruto glanced at the girl of the other team. The girl in response to his stare couldn't help but look a little pink in the face. As Squad 7 made their way upstairs, they walked into a training area, until a voice called out to them, Hold it. They stopped, and saw standing on a catwalk was the soup bowl haircut boy from the team downstairs. He jumped down to their level and landed gracefully. I am Rock Lee, and you must be Sasuke Uchiha. He addressed Sasuke. I am, Sasuke answered. I have always been told the Uchiha clan was a clan of prodigies, Lee began. I wish to see if that is true. I challenge you to a spar. A spar? Naruto and Sakura asked. I accept, Sasuke answered. Sasuke, we don't have time for this, Sakura reminded him. She's right, we're pressed for time, Naruto added. Don't worry, guys. It won't take long, Sasuke replied, as he and Lee got into stances. So the two began fighting with Sasuke using his Sharingan to read Lee's taijutsu moves. As Naruto and Sakura watched in shock, Azmuth watched from the pocket looking amazed at the two fighters. Though Sasuke looked like he had the upper hand, Lee was moving faster and suddenly was taking hold of the fight. When Lee was about to use his next move, something caught his leg. Both Lee and Sasuke saw an adult man who looked like an older version of Lee, only with a Chunin vest on. Alright, that's enough, he began. Lee, don't you think you were overdoing it? I'm sorry, sensei. I was caught up in the moment. Lee apologized. Sensei. Sakura and Naruto gasped, as Azmuth watched from the pocket and gawked at the adult. Eyebrows. The alien thought in repulse. The adult turned to Squad 7, so you must be Kakashi's pupils, am I right? That's right, do you know sensei? Sakura asked. Oh, I know Kakashi alright. I'm Might Guy, and he and I are rivals for life, he declared. Gai sensei, you flames of youth burn brighter than always, Lee cried. Lee? Gai sensei. The two suddenly were standing before sunrise, and embraced like a father and son. Both were unaware of Squad 7 watching with repulse like Azmuth who looked ready to puke. As the two left, Naruto and Sakura looked at Sasuke. Sasuke, are you alright? Yeah, you look like you were about to take a beating at the end, Naruto added. Sasuke smirked, don't worry about me. That was actually a great experience. I can't wait to see what other kind of opponents we'll be meeting here. Sakura and Naruto smiled, as the blonde spoke, in that case let's get going. Yeah. Sasuke nodded, as they continued on until spotting their sensei standing before the entrance of the assigned room. Sensei? They asked. Hi, guys. I just came to see you off before you go. Kakashi answered. I taught you all I could up to this point, and now I want you to go out there and show the competition what splendid shinobi I trained. Sure. Naruto answered, as the others nodded. When Kakashi took his leave, the three genin opened the doors and entered the room. What they discovered was the room cluttered with shinobi their age and some being older and from multiple nations. The three stood seeing all the shinobi staring at them with looks that could make one wet their pants. Naruto spoke to his team humorously, behold our competition. Sakura and Sasuke looked at the whole group until a voice called out, Sasuke. Clinging to him was Ino Yamanaka, an old classmate of theirs from the academy. I was wondering when you'd show up. She flirted, while Sasuke looked disturbed. Sakura growled, hands off, porker. They let you in here too, Ms. Billboard Brow? Ino mocked, as Sakura frowned. Could you two seriously not fight when we just got here? Naruto asked rhetorically. Ino looked over in surprise. Naruto. What did you expect? No one, it's just almost didn't recognize you without all the orange. Yeah, but I figured green and black are more my style, he admitted. Before Ino could respond, her two teammates Shikamaru and Chaoji approached. Even you guys are here? Shikamaru asked with a groan. Geez, this is troublesome. Well, nice to see you too, Shikamaru. Same with you, Chaoji. Naruto greeted them. Right back at you. Chaoji agreed, before taking a bite out of a chip. Well, looks like the whole gang's back together again. A voice called, as Naruto noticed Hinata with her teammates Kiba and Shino. Feels like it's been a long time, Naruto admitted. Kiba looked at Naruto. What's with the new clothes, Naruto? Just some new threads. Felt like a change-up, he admitted. Well, new clothes doesn't mean you're a better ninja, Kiba warned him. I didn't say they did, Kiba, Naruto answered smugly. He's right, you know, Shino noted, as Kiba grumbled. Hey, there. A voice called, as they looked over, seeing a silver-haired bi-spectacled Konoha shinobi about a few years older than them. I take it you're Ulriki Genin, fresh out of the academy. How did you know? Hinata asked. Because those who go making a spectacle of themselves clearly don't know the first thing about these exams. Oh, yeah, Sezu, Kiba asked, knowing that was directed at him. Me? My name's Kabuto Yakushi, and I've taken these exams long enough to know how to survive and not get on anyone's bad side this early. You've taken this before, how many times? Sakura inquired. 7 actually. If that's so, then the Chunin exams are harder than we were let on, Naruto noted. That's just great, Shikamaru sighed. Listen, you seem like a nice bunch of kids. So how about I give you some inside information, my ninja info cards, he said before pulling out a deck of cards. What are those? Ino asked. Ninja cards are record information on containing data I've gathered these last few years. He pulled out one card and made data appear on it. This one here shows how many shinobi are entered in this year's exams, and which nation they're from. Sasuke spoke up. Do your cards have information on individual applicants? Kabuto's eyes shifted to Sasuke. Oh, have you got someone in mind? I might, he answered. Well, I can't guarantee they're flawless, but I do have info on just about every applicant, including you guys. Naruto flinched at that and spoke. How up to date are you applicant cards? I'd say about up to the point when the Chunin exams were told they would be held here a couple days ago, Kabuto answered. Naruto was still wondering if he had information on him would the Omnitrix be included on it, but knew he could have that info, since he never used it in front of anyone, and made sure when he practiced with it, no one was around. So who have you got in mind? Kabuto inquired from Sasuke. Rock Lee of Konoha. Naruto spoke up. Well, you're looking up applicants. Give me some info on Sabaku no Gaara. Can you do that? Not a problem, Kabuto answered, as he went through his deck and drew 2 cards. First we have Rock Lee. He revealed the information on the shinobi. He's a shinobi a year older than all of you with an experience of 11 C rank missions and 20 D rank missions. Though he has no experience in ninjutsu or genjutsu, he makes up for that with his impressive taijutsu skills. Squad leader Might Guy, and his teammates are Tenten and Ichi Hyuga. Naruto squinted across the room where Lee's team was, and spotted Tenten. So her name's Tenten. Hey, it's that Kumo team from before, he thought as he spotted Samui, Amoy, and Carrie in the crowd. Kabuto took the next card and uncovered Gaara's data. Sabaku no Gaara, Asuna shinobi with a mission experience of 8 C ranks and 1 B rank. The only other information I got on him is that on every mission he's ever been on, he hasn't been injured or scratched at all. Naruto and the shinobi were surprised at that bit of data, while Azmuth just listened in from inside the pocket. My suspicions about Gaara being trouble are true, Naruto thought. That feeling I was getting around him is further backed up by that piece of information. Since Azmuth wouldn't give me an answer about whether he really does have a demon inside him, looks like I'll have to truly find out for myself somehow. Suddenly he was broken out of his thoughts, as he and everyone saw a group of Konoha shinobi appear in the room, with a tall intimidating man standing before them. Alright, shut up all of you, he ordered, as everyone froze. Listen up. I'm Ibiki Moreno, and I will be your first proctor for the Chunin exams. Everyone line up and turn in your application. We'll then give you one of these seating assignment cards. When everyone is seated, we will hand out the written tests. Naruto suddenly gasped and thought, written tests, I am so screwed. Azmuth hearing about Ibiki say written tests thought to himself, I knew it. Last time, Naruto and his squad arrived at the academy and met up with their fellow Urki Genin to partake in part 1 of the Chunin exams. Much to Naruto's misfortune, it was a written test. Will he overcome his worst way of taking a test to pass and move on? Naruto and every other competitor for the Chunin exams were sitting in assigned seats with test sheets turned face down, and waited for Ibiki the proctor to explain. For this test you will be required to answer 10 questions, however only 9 are present on the sheet. I will give you the 10th question when time is up. Now let me discuss the rules, Ibiki began, as the competitors were confused about there being rules for a written test. You will be graded as a whole squad, so if one of you fails miserably, you will bring your whole squad down and be forced to leave. And if any of you are foolish enough to be caught cheating 3 times by any of the sentinels here, you will be asked to leave and take your squad with you. You have exactly 1 hour to complete your test. If there are no questions, you may turn your sheet over and begin. And with that the participants turned their sheets over and got straight to work. Naruto thought to himself, I'd feel a lot better taking a written exam if I could go gray matter, but I can't. Okay, I'll just have to do my best. I mean, how hard could this be compared to the written part of the academy exam? He asked himself before turning his sheet over and looked over the questions, while looking confused. Wait a minute, this can't be right. How do they expect genin rookies like me and the guys to actually answer questions like these? I mean, we didn't even know it was going to be a written part for the first time, so how could we have studied what we didn't even know? There has to be more to it than what he said. He suddenly recalled what Ibiki said about cheating. Wait a minute, if we're foolish enough to be caught. So he wants us to cheat. Unbelievable. I hope the others realize this. Across the room many of the shinobi had caught on and were using their own ninja abilities from secret type of jutsu, bloodlines, and etc. to steal answers from another. Naruto thought, now I really wish I could go gray matter, but that's too big an obvious cheat. If I suddenly transform. Suddenly he felt something moving into his right sleeve, before seeing Azmuth's head pop out fronted, while hiding under his palm. Azmuth. He thought, only to see the Galvan quietly shush him, and held onto the bottom of his writing tool. Naruto caught onto what Azmuth was trying to do and slightly smirked. He pretended he was writing, as Azmuth was the one guiding the writing tool to write out the answers, while hiding underneath Naruto's hand. Now all Naruto had to do was hope Ibiki nor any of the sentinels would catch him. Number 27, you're out. A sentinel called, as the participant got up and left with his squad. Naruto and Azmuth continued to work fast, until the hour was up, while multiple other shinobi were dismissed from being caught cheating. All writing materials down. Ibiki announced, as everyone did so, before I give the 10th question I am giving you the option to choose to take it. But if you don't then you are forced to leave. Suddenly the participants started raising their voices in outrage, until the proctor bellowed, shut up. They stopped cold, but if you decide to take it and fail then you can never take the Chunin exams again. The choice is now up to you. Suddenly multiple participants dropped out from fear and took their squats with them. Naruto started shaking, as Azmuth could tell what was going through his mind and thought. This is now all up to you, Naruto. What choice will you make, you and your squad? When he saw Naruto slowly lift his left hand up, he sighed, I guess I expected too much of you, Naruto. Suddenly he was brought out of his thoughts when he slammed his hand onto the table, startling everyone. No? He announced. Ibiki raised a brow, is there something you'd like to say? Yeah? If you think I'm gonna let you scare me away, well you better think again. Naruto called him out, even if I fail that still won't stop me from becoming Hokage one day. So bring on the 10th question. After hearing Naruto's speech, his teammates felt impressed with his vote of confidence and courage, along with everyone else in the class. Azmuth thought to himself, well, how about that? He smiled in pride. Across from the room, Samui looked over, he's definitely an odd one. Much like sensei. She cracked a small smile. Ibiki looked around at who was left and spoke, well, then all I have left to say is, congratulations for passing the first portion of the Chunin exams. Suddenly the competitors were confused, we pass. Aomoi asked. But the 10th question, Temari wondered. It was all a ploy to see what kind of choice he would make when put under pressure. Ibiki suddenly looked at the window as something crashed through it, startling everyone. It revealed a flag with the name Anko Mitarashi written on it, and a woman wearing a trench coat over a fishnet bodysuit announced, listen up, brats. I'm Anko Mitarashi and I'll be your second proctor for the Chunin exams. Hope you're ready for some blood. Everyone was surprised, while Azmuth face-palmed at this woman's actions. Ibiki spoke up dryly, Anko, you're early again. Anko gawked before arguing, well, maybe if you weren't so slow I wouldn't be considered early. Well, we can't do anything about it now. Ibiki sighed. Anko looked back at the remaining competitors. Ibiki, you're getting soft with your techniques. Or did it ever occur to you we may actually have better candidates? Ibiki challenged her. Well, I'll fix that, she smirked, before addressing everyone. Alright, listen up. Tomorrow you'll be given the location of where the second stage of the exams will take place. So I suggest you all rest up, because tomorrow may be your last day. She smirked, before exiting the window with her flag. Everyone else took their leave, as Azmuth pulled himself back into Naruto's sleeve to stay hidden. When Naruto got back to his apartment, he plopped onto his bed, as Azmuth came out through the sleeve. The blonde spoke, Azmuth, you saved my ass today. Well, don't get too comfortable with it. You won't always have someone to save you. Azmuth warned him. But why were you in my sleeve in the first place? Did you hitch a ride on me this morning? I did. I've done my own follow-up on these exams and knew the first portion required gathering information, he explained, since I knew you would have no way of finding answers without being discovered or smart enough without using your Galvan transformation, I decided to aid you. Though I am not exactly one for cheating, it was part of the objective. However, from this point on it'll have to be you to overcome whatever these exams throw at you. But remember you have teammates who will help you, right, Azmuth? Naruto nodded. But for now rest up, for tomorrow I know you will be facing worse dangers than a plain old written test. I can only imagine. Naruto nodded. Later that night, somewhere in the village, 3 shinobi who were staying at one of Konoha's inns during their stay were wide awake as one of them pulled out a mechanical device that projected an image of some shrouded figure. Report. The figure ordered. Infiltration of the Chunin exams was a success, sir, the one said. No one suspected us. Good. And have you found it? Negatory, we spotted no traces of it all day. The figure growled, well, keep your eyes peeled. Because if it really is there I want it. I will not repeat the mistakes and failures of those who came before me. Yes, my lord. The shinobi answered, as they ended transmission. One of the other shinobi asked the head of them, is he even sure the Omnitrix is worn by someone in the Chunin exams? The let turned to face the one with firm eyes. You dare to question our superior. I'm just saying, what if it's someone normal around here? You will keep those opinions to yourself, and trust the master. The let warned him. The third spoke, if you two are done yapping then we should turn in. Tomorrow's the second stage, and we need to be prepared. The two nodded, and all 3 of them turned in with only their mission on their mind. Thanks for listening. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want the next part of this video, like, subscribe and comment down below, and turn on the bell notification. And also check out other videos that I have created and enjoy. See you in the next video. Peace.